Get ready to party. I want to welcome everybody to the 12th annual MCNY Pi Alpha Alpha induction ceremony. We've planned this since March of 2020. I'm Dr. Phil Nufrio. I am the co-faculty advisor along with Dr. Sophie Lee. You can see that Sophie and I are wearing our regalia, and I hope everybody is, if you have your memorabilia, to wear your memorabilia so that we can make this a true Pi Alpha Alpha celebration. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we had to cancel our annual June formal reception and make it up with this, which I hope will be a great virtual ceremony. We've organized a wonderful ceremony, which will go about 45 minutes. In this ceremony, you're going to hear from MCNY President Joanne Pissarro, Vice President Crookendale, Brooklyn Borough President Adams, and our distinguished alumnus, HRA Commissioner Gary Jenkins, and David Marshall from NASPA, who's the Executive Director of National Pi Alpha Alpha, will do a quick shout out. We're going to induct you into the National Honor Society tonight and have an open forum so that we can hear from each of you on any remarks you want to make a little bit later. You'll also hear from the MPI Alumni Association on its role in boosting your post-MCNY career. I've asked Associate Dean David Hahn, who's co-hosting this event, to mute all inductees until later, and he's also muting the chat feature, so we can just concentrate on having some fun and listening to our guest speakers. Before we formally begin, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Pi Alpha Alpha and its mission. Pi Alpha Alpha is the Global Honor Society for Public Affairs and Administration. We are one of 160 chapters located around the world at NASPA member schools. Pi Alpha Alpha is run by NASPA, the global standard in public service education. And the purpose of Pi Alpha Alpha is to encourage and recognize outstanding scholarship and accomplishments in public affairs and administration. Its objectives are to foster integrity, professionalism, and effective performance, and promote the advancement of quality in the education and practice in the art and science of public affairs and administration. PAA membership identifies those, which are all of you, with the highest performance level in educational programs which prepare you for public service careers. One thing that we accomplished this year, and I'm very proud of it, we made donations to 3 of the local hospitals on PPE equipment that were really in the middle of the COVID crisis. And those included the hospitals in New York City that were in dire need of PPE equipment. And that was done during the height of the pandemic. I'd like to thank the following individuals who helped organize this event. I want to thank the Alumni Committee for Pi Alpha Alpha, Dr. Lee, who is a co-advisor with me now, Registrar Noreen Smith, who's, without her help, we wouldn't be able to do the necessary induction paperwork, David Hahn, who's helped me tremendously to set up this virtual meeting, and Tiana Johnson, who is the president of our chapter, and finally, Karen St. Clair with National Pi Alpha Alpha and Jerrigan Associates. Karen's been working with me for years, but during this COVID crisis, she see to it that everybody has received their certificates and their memorabilia in the mail, so that you all have it now, and it'll be part of this celebratory event. To get things started, I'd like to introduce our college president, Dr. Joanne Pissarro, who will welcome us. Dr. Pissarro.
Well, thank you very much, Phil. Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to see so many of you here tonight. We're very glad you could join us, even though this is a virtual event. We intend, as Dr. Nufrio mentioned earlier, to capture some of that joy that is the MCNY community. As some of you might have seen, we had a virtual commencement in June. And, you know, it was the first one we had done as a community. And It wasn't perfect. I think we have plans for a different kind of ceremony or more ideas for next year, but it was joyous. It captured our community. It captured who we are, what we're about, what our mission is, and what we aspire to. So we hope that this event, which isn't the one you planned to be at 8 months ago, we hope nonetheless that this event for you is as meaningful and maybe even more meaningful because of where we are as a country right now. I want to commend all of you for your academic achievements. The pursuit of academic excellence all on its own is a worthy endeavor. And all of you have demonstrated academic excellence. And that is something on its own to be very proud of. The pursuit of knowledge is an important thing. At MCNY, though, as you know, we aspire to more than that. We know that knowledge is power. We know that purposeful, constructive action can change the world. That is what we aim to do through our graduates, and that's you. We are so proud that you are part of a community that is working to make our city and our country a better place, more equitable, more just, more inclusive. That's what MCNY is all about. It is absolutely steeped in academic excellence, but the goal of that excellence is applied towards making this world a more just, inclusive place so that all of us can thrive and our families can thrive. We are honored that all of you are our students. We are honored to have the faculty that we have in this program. We're honored to have our esteemed alumnus and MCNY trustee, Gary Jenkins. David Marshall, it's a pleasure to see you. MCNY is a very important part of the New York City landscape. I want you to go out and be proud of what you have learned here, what you're achieving, and more importantly, what you will continue to achieve throughout your career. I want to thank you all and congratulate all of you. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Dr. Passero. And I would like to welcome our Chief Academic Officer and the founding Dean and Director of the MPA program, Humphrey Crookendale. Vice President Crookendale.
Thank you, Phil, and good evening to all of you. It is a delight. It is sheer delight as I scanned the 55 participants in this Pi Alpha Alpha ceremony tonight to recognize so many of you that I taught even in the midst of the pandemic crisis. And that even though you were challenged with unprecedented circumstances, that you continued to work diligently. And tonight you are being recognized for your outstanding scholarship. I want to salute you for that. Very often our president modestly says, but I underscore the word modestly, says that very often our students, when they graduate from Metropolitan College of New York, they assume or they continue in positions for which they have the opportunity to change the world. And that is so true because of the fact that you take to the challenge to become scholars, and that you just didn't come to Metropolitan College just to get a degree, that you wanted to make a difference. And so what a joy it is to see all of you tonight and to celebrate in this event. I recognize some of you from the Emergency and Disaster Management Program, and we know that you have been engaging in constructive actions that directly relate to responding to this crisis. And so everything that we do at Metropolitan College, I don't know, I was lost.
You're still there, Humphrey.
So everything that we do at Metropolitan College of New York speaks to the issue of excellence all the time. And so I want to salute you. I want to congratulate you. I get excited as I see former students. I want to recognize the distinguished mayor of Irvington, who is now a graduate of Metropolitan College of New York. We want you to spread the word on the other side of the Hudson River, so that we can claim that we not only introduce students for leadership positions in New York City, but we do it on the other side of the river too. That is what Metropolitan College of New York stands for. To the Pi Alpha Alpha graduates, I salute you. I want you to know that it is a joy to see all of you and to acknowledge the fact that you are indeed exemplary, outstanding students. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere down the road, Phil, displaying your regalia for the world to see. It has been earned and duly earned. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vice President Crookendale. Dr. TJ, who's the MPA Director, would you like to make a statement?
You need to unmute, Dr. There you go.
I need to unmute. Some would say it would be better if I stay muted, but anyway. Welcome, everyone. To the inductees, I'm definitely impressed with your achievement. This tells me that whatever you decide to do in the future will be successful. So I'm delighted that we're having this ceremony this evening. I should also say that many of you know me not as program director, but as one of your professors. And so I'm just really pleased to see you here this evening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lou. David Marshall from NASPA. I wanted to allow David to make some remarks to the graduates. David is the Executive Director of National Pi Alpha Alpha.
Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to have this invitation, and congratulations to all of the students. You know, what we try to do at NASPA and Pi Alpha Alpha is to ensure that all of the member schools of public policy and public affairs around the nation and around the world are teaching what is relevant to allow all of you to become the next generation of public servants, and whether it's in government or in nonprofits or even in the private sector. We want to ensure that all of you have had the best preparation as possible. And by your being inducted into Pi Alpha Alpha tonight shows that you have taken advantage of all of your resources, and you have really tried to go above and beyond the work and what is expected of you at your school. And I'm truly proud of all of you. And I want to extend my sincere thank you to all of the faculty and administrators. You know, our country is in a huge debt to your service. And so Phil and David, thank you for all that you're doing. And, you know, however NASPA and Pi Alpha Alpha can be of help to you all in the future, please let us know.
Thank you, David. We'd like to hear from the mayor of Irvington, maybe during our open forum, if that's okay. I want to, before we introduce Gary Jenkins, who will deliver our primary keynote tonight, we were able to get President Eric Adams, Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams, to do a special congratulatory recording for our group. So I'm gonna open it up and stream a message from Mr. Adams. David, I think you have to give me sharing rights.
Yep, 1 second. 1 second.
You got it.
I'm going to make you a co-host, Dr. Newfield.
You have it, David. Thank you.
Greetings. I'm Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams. On behalf of the Borough of Brooklyn, I'd like to congratulate the 2020 graduating class of the Metropolitan College of New York's School of Public Affairs and Administration. Despite recent trying times, you have persevered. Many of you represent underserved communities across our city and might be the first in your family to attend college. Many of you have worked full-time jobs and were heads of households while pursuing your continued education. Give yourself a hand for staying the course and making it through. Maya Angelou once said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." You successfully completed this chapter of your life. If you choose to thrive, and I hope that you do, you must be prepared to complete many more chapters before your book of life is complete. Today, you join the ranks of other MCNY alumni who have gone on to impact legislation, advocate for children, and create social service programs that improves the quality of life for others. Now, more than ever, your time and your talents are needed to break down barriers and build bridges that push us together for the common good rather than pull us apart. This is your moment. This is your time. And the perseverance you've already shown proves you are equipped with what you need to push through barriers as you climb the ladder of success. Class of 2020, the road ahead of you is a bright one. Plan your days as if you will live forever, but live each day as though it were your last. And should life present you with pain, turn it into purpose. The secret to a purpose-driven life is to thrive. My wish for you is that you live your life with passion, that you shower it with compassion, that you inject in it with some humor, and that you always do it with style. Congratulations.
Okay. David, can you unmute Tiana Johnson and Gary Jenkins?
Sure. 1 second.
We're going to ask our chapter president, Tiana Johnson, to do the introduction of Gary Jenkins. And Mr. Jenkins will provide some congratulatory remarks.
Good evening, all, and congratulations. Gary Jenkins was appointed by Mayor Bill de Blasio in September 2020 as Administrator of the Human Resources Administration. In this capacity, he is responsible for working alongside the Commissioner of the Department of Social Services and leading the largest local social service agency in the country. HRA serves over 3 million New Yorkers through the administration of major public assistance programs and strives to combat poverty and income inequality in New York City. Gary has over 30 years of experience at the Human Resources Administration and has held positions of leadership in numerous program areas, including the Medical Insurance and Community Services Administration, the Office of Child Support Services, the Family Independence Administration, and the HRA Administrator's Office. Prior to his role, Gary served as HRA First Deputy Commissioner, where he oversaw HRA's Homelessness Prevention Administration, Career Services, the Office of Child Support Services, and the Fair Fares program. Previously, He served as Executive Deputy Commissioner of the Family Independence Administration, where he was responsible for and oversaw the administration of temporary cash assistance, supplemental nutrition assistant program benefits, and employment services for HRA clients. Gary received his master's in public administration from Metropolitan College of New York in 2006 and his bachelor's degree from John Jay College of Criminal Justice in 1999. He resides in Brooklyn, New York, with his wife and 3 daughters. Welcoming Gary P. Jenkins.
Thank you so much, Tiana. I appreciate the introduction. That was very nice of you to read those paragraphs. I am excited to be here. Congratulations to the inductees. I say I'm a proud graduate of Metropolitan College of New York.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, great. I tell everyone that I meet that I'm a proud graduate of MCNY. And I ask you to do the same as you go forth as you grow in your careers, as you meet your external people, that you tell them about MCNY. A lot of folks have different perceptions of MCNY, but I'm here and I know you're going to join me as you go forth and let them know the great work that's done at MCNY. President Pissarro is a wonderful leader. She comes to the position with drive, with compassion, with zeal. I am proud to serve as a trustee board. I'm back and giving back. And it's so important that you give back to your college, give back to your community, give back to the people that help groom you and develop you into the scholar that you are today. I can't say enough about MCNY. I'm really proud. I have my regalia on. When I was inducted into Pi Alpha Alpha, I was the inaugural, I think, Phil, right? Dr.
That's right. Gary,
that
you were part of the starting group that made this happen.
Yeah, and here I am in 2020, still here, still giving back. It's so important. Don't let this moment be just a moment. Let it be part of your life's mission. To give back to the institution that instilled and poured into you. I'm gonna call him Dean Quickendale. When I was there, you would see him in the hallways, speaking to the students, speaking to the scholars. MCNY is like no other institution. We're a close-knit community. So I'm gonna say again, please continue to promote the school, give back what you learned, because I use it every day. I am now the leader of the largest social services agency in the country. And when I'm in those rooms and at those tables, I let folks know where I came from. I came from Metropolitan College of New York. I'm always going to be proud to say it. I'm always going to be proud to promote my school, our school, when I'm in those rooms. So, it was tough, but you got through it. I mean, you're in Pi Alpha Alpha. That says a lot about your character, your drive, your educational pursuits. You did it. You earned it. Be proud of it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. It's always a blessing to have you come back and be with us, Gary.
Thank you. I want to come back every year.
You're on, Gary.
Okay.
And now is the time for taking the oath of induction to formally induct all of you into the National Honor Society. So our chapter president is going to lead you all to take the oath, the Pi Alpha Alpha oath. And then when we're finished with that oath, I ask all of you to make a toast, whatever pleases you. And we're making great time right now. We're going to have, following the oath, we'll have a few minutes for inductees to make any remarks that they want to make. So with that, I will turn it over to Tiana to administer the oath of Pi Alpha Alpha.
Unmute.
There we go. Okay. Pi Alpha Alpha Oath. I pledge my support for the intellectual and professional advancement of the art and science of public administration and public affairs. I shall honor and respect the virtues and values of public service and those who serve. I shall uphold the internal need for education that imbues public administrators with traditions of democratic governance. Moreover, as a member of Pi Alpha Alpha, I shall uphold the highest ethical standards applying to public service and will endeavor to encourage and engage in meaningful interaction with other members.
Should say that they do.
Thank you, Tiana. So David, are we ready everybody grab their glass of spirit and let's
Spirit.
honor our graduates and our Pi Alpha Alpha inductees. Congratulations, graduates and Pi Alpha Alpha inductees. It's been an exciting year of growth and learning, and as Gary said, move it forward, pay it forward, and as the president, the Brooklyn Borough president also said, you only have begun your journey to making a real change in your communities. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
David, why don't we unmute everybody, and for some of the inductees that want to make some comments, we have, I built about 10 minutes into the agenda to allow students and inductees to make whatever statements they want. Of course, we'd like to hear from the mayor of Irvington.
All right. So if you would like to make remarks, please use the raise hand tool and I'll call on you. And we can start the remarks.
Should be 60 raised hands.
I don't see any yet.
Well, don't even ask him to raise his hand. Start first with the mayor of Irvington.
I'll do so. So I'm going to ask Mayor Valls to unmute. There we go.
There we go. Good evening, everyone. First, let me say to President Pissarro, Vice President Crookingdale, Dr. Nefaro, and David Hahn, what a wonderful thing you guys have done throughout this pandemic to make sure that teaching was still done and learning was still received. You've done a tremendous job. I can say that firsthand, being a student of the great Metropolitan College of New York, with all of the students and faculty members. I bring you greeting this evening. Special shout out to my classmates, Maggie and Natalie, who are also on this Zoom. Some of the fundamental things that you learn from this college, you take into your prospective careers and you take into your life's journey. And some of the people and the relationships are the key things that you will never forget. One important factor, there is another gentleman that's on this call who also graduated from Metropolitan College. His name is Antonio Gary. He is my fire chief. And not only is he my fire chief, he is the first African-American fire chief in the history of Irvington, New Jersey. So I wanted to just say that
emergency and disaster management.
That is correct. And he has done a phenomenal job as our first African-American fire chief, and following my advice and joining Metropolitan College of New York, I know is one of his pride and joys as he moves forward in his career. So thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. It's definitely an experience I will never forget as we move forward. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor Voss.
I do see some raised hands. So our next remarks will be from Darnay Nickens.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to everyone. And I'm so pleased to see a lot of my classmates and cohorts that we worked very hard, and my professors, Professor Ransom and Crookendale, as well as some of my family. We all had a trying time this year half of this degree that we did earn was through the pandemic, and we tried very hard. I just want to give a special recognition to Professor Crookendale, who was the only professor to give me a B. And although I was mad about it, I am very humbled because that just taught me that to just keep trying to the end and keep giving my best. If I don't like the way something is going, to just keep on trying and trying again until I get it. And that's what I took away from that humbling experience. But overall, I had a great experience, and I'll tell everyone about MCNY. I already do. From Professor Ransom, and let them know how hard she's worked with me that last semester, trying to get over the hurdle through the pandemic. I know it was extremely hard. I got on everybody's nerves because I'm just a perfectionist like that. But thank you for the opportunity because I worked really hard. And everybody else did too. I'm glad to see a lot of my cohorts here with me. Congratulations, everyone.
David?
Hi, y'all. I just want to say congratulations to class of 2020. My children is here. My family is watching on the phone. So, y'all, oh my God, sorry, you guys. I just want to say this has been a journey. And for all of my cohorts, you guys know I did this degree exclusively, get out the camera, exclusively for my mom who passed. So this is in honor of my mom. Oh God, I'm such a crybaby. I just want to say I really appreciate each and every one of you at MCNY, especially my cohort from the Bronx. I see Courtney up here, Jason. It's a couple of people from my cohort that's up here because you know we was like the bomb. Diara. Oh, I see you. Hi, Diara. I love you guys very, very, very much, and we will continue to do great things. I will continue to let everyone know how good MCNY is of a school. It really is a great school. I love everybody, even though Dean Crookendale, you know, you and I. Professor TJ, you know you my guy, you the bomb. So is Dean Crookendale. A very special shout out to the one, the only Dr. Strong. Let's give it up for her, because I love her. That's a queen right there. She's the best. So I love you guys, and congratulations, class of 2020. See you guys later. You go.
See my way out the front of that. I just want to say thank you to the class of 2020. Dean Crookendale, man, you inspired me, and we had a lot of late conversations, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you for all you've done. And special shout out to Dr. Strong. I know my cohort in my class would not be here without her, she's through so many trials and tribulations, she pushed through and pushed us to be who we are, where we are today. I think it's important that we don't just graduate, but we continue to be successful in all our endeavors. I think that this is just one level of success, but we have to utilize this degree to have so many other levels of success. In the background is my lovely grandmother, wave your hand.
Ma.
88 years old, man, and I talk about it all the time, right? Her, my mom, my brother wouldn't be here without them, you know? So let's keep doing what we're doing, and let's understand that Black excellence and success and all the success we need is everything. I love all of you. Congratulations. Let's stay strong.
Congratulations.
That was a good job, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm gone.
All of them need a class.
Now I'm going to take a shower.
Okay.
I had this.
Next one, David.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say congratulations to the class of also 2020. And Professor Dean Crookendale, if it wasn't for you giving me my first step, I would have never thought this was possible. So thank you for that opportunity. And also for Professor Ransom, you stood by me, and you are someone that I will take with me throughout my career as well. For my cohort as well, you guys, we went through it. We went through it, but we surpassed. And I also want to thank my grandma who's also here.
Bring her in the
Because if it
picture.
wasn't for her,
Bring her in the picture.
put her in the picture. She doesn't want to be in the picture. Come, come, come.
Part hers too.
83 is her degree as well.
Hola, mama.
And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. And class of 2020, here we go. Bye.
Congratulations.
We need to hear from some emergency and disaster students. We need to hear from the fire chief.
I've been raising my hand, sir. I don't know if
Look,
I'm muted or not.
Is Dr. Passaro still on, David?
Can you hear me?
I believe the president is still on. Yes.
Before the fire chief comes, can I say something? While the fire chief is on, can you put the fire chief picture back on there? Dr. Passaro, the fire chief saved my reputation and that of Metropolitan College of New York. I went to recruit in Irvington, and the good people of Irvington did not want me to take a bus back to New York. So the fire chief agreed to give me a ride to the train station. And I did not know, and I did not behave myself. There was a stakeout in the fire and there was a stakeout in the train station, and I wanted to get out and confront the police. And the fire chief said, "No, you better stay in this car and let me do all the talking." So you should. This is the fire chief that upheld the reputation of Metropolitan College of New York. Otherwise, I would have gotten in trouble. Good to see you, Mr. Fire Chief.
Well, Dr. Crooked, we weren't supposed to share that story. However, I can't take all the credit. It was a collaborative effort between myself and the mayor. After we realized that you caught the bus, I said, "Oh my gosh, you cannot do that." So the mayor and I decided that we needed to make sure we escorted you back to Newark so that you could get back across the Hudson in a safe fashion. To that point, President Passaro, I just want you to know, I don't know if you recognize what a great dedicated team that you have. When Dr. Crookendon and also Professor Ali came over to Irvington, at the calling of Mayor Boss, they were so inspiring. They just exuded the energy the experiences that I had as a student with the school. You should really be very proud of how hard these gentlemen recruit for Metropolitan College of New York. They do a tremendous job. When I think about my experiences with the professors, you have an all-star cast of emergency professionals from the fire department, from New York EMS. One of my classmates is on there. I see John Jr. He works for EMS. Various people within this consortium just shared experiences, and collaboratively, we were able to persevere throughout this COVID experience that we encountered. I am so elated with my accomplishment, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you, and congratulations to all the 2020 graduates.
Thank you, Chief. And you should know that I'm proud of every single person at this college and all of you on this call. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Do we have anyone else who would like to make remarks? If so, please use the raise hand tool and I'll recognize you. I don't see any other hands, Dr. Nufrio.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it over now to the MPA alumni director or president or chair, whatever Cassiana's title is in that regard, to talk about the MPA Alumni Association and how it could help our graduates take their careers to even a higher level.
Thank you, Dr. Nufrio. Good evening, everyone. I see we're all in the best of spirits. It's such a great pleasure to be with you all this evening as we have so much to be proud of. First, I'd like to thank and acknowledge those that have supported you to get to this point. I also want to thank you for your dedication and your commitment to this program, to each other, and to yourselves. See, there were people that had to postpone furthering their education or advancing their careers to prioritize their other needs. This may be someone you know, a neighbor, or any one of you. Regardless of the trials, you have marched forward and you are now at the finish line. This current pandemic has taken a toll on many, but what we take and what we learn from this is what's really going to matter the most. The mission of the MPA Alumni Network is to mobilize and facilitate partnerships between the students, the alumni, and the college. We want to bring awareness to the network, but we also want to empower the network for positive change, a change that strengthens our communities, improve living standards, and supports the alumni in reaching their goal while committing to a lifelong loyalty to the school. In the past, we have held social and fundraising events with the means of networking with our alumni, educating and providing resources to our current students, and welcoming the incoming students to prepare them for what lies ahead. If you are interested in attending the network, please look out for the next informational session. In conclusion, I just want you to know, we, our MPA alumni board members, support you and stand with you. With that being said, you did the work. Now it's time to get to work. Congratulations to our 2020 Pi Alpha Alpha inductees. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassiana. Before we adjourn, I want to share with you all a statement by President Barack Obama on the importance of public service. It speaks directly to your MPA degree and what Pi Alpha Alpha stands for. And here's his statement. Our nation's progress has long been fueled by the efforts of selfless citizens who come together in service to their fellow Americans to change our country for the better. At the birth of our nation, our founders fought to secure a democracy that represents the people, and the civil servants who pour everything they have into making a difference are the individuals who keep that democracy running smoothly and effectively. Civil servants demonstrate resolve and inspire optimism in sectors throughout the country. Both at home and abroad, they carry forward the notion that as Americans, we are committed to looking out for one another and to work together to forge a bright future for generations to come. They strive to build a better country and to bring lasting change to the lives of ordinary people across America. These selfless individuals tackle great challenges facing our country, where they're leading important scientific advances, helping homeless veterans get off the street and reclaim their lives, supporting small businesses in impoverished communities, or sustaining our environment by reducing harmful pollutants emitted into the air and waterways. These are often the unsung heroes who make vital contributions to our country and help make our founding promise real for more people. Serving the public is not just a paycheck, it's about contributing to the steady effort to perfect our union over time so that our democracy works for everyone. And please get out and vote.
I do see that we have another raised hand. If you can take additional remarks, Dr. Nufrio.
Please.
Stephanie Gonzalez has her hand raised.
Yes, I just wanted to say congratulations, and I couldn't leave this ceremony while giving thanks to Dr. Nufrio for being there for us. Thank you for being there for us, for Diara and Aliyah and I. Like, we couldn't do this without you. And I just wanted to thank you for everything.
Thank you, Stephanie. We will always be one. That cohort will forever be in my heart, as you know.
Yes.
The Bronx cohort.
Deserve it.
Bronx cohort. They accomplished a lot in light of tremendous barriers, in those last 2 semesters due to COVID. So I'm going to ask Dr. Lee, who's the co-faculty advisor, to kind of close things out and describe what our plan is for next year. Again, I hope to see all of you at alumni events in the future. And also, if you want to get involved with our Pi Alpha Alpha Alumni Committee, please email me directly and we'll include you in our executive committee. And we have a lot of executive committee members that have joined us today. I see Dave Sherwin, I see Dwayne Hackett, of course, Cassiana, Tiana Johnson. Are there any other executive committee members that are here that can do a quick shout out? I think Gloria Carrington is here too, right?
I know that she registered for the event, yes.
If you care to get involved in the Pi Alpha Alpha group, our executive alumni committee, again, please email me or Dr. Lee and we will include you in next year's plan. I'll pass this on to Sophie to adjourn the meeting.
Yep. So before we go, please note that in the event that we cannot have a live reception due to the pandemic, we are planning a Zoom induction reception in fall 2021 for the cohorts graduating in December 2020 and May and August of 2021. So once again, we congratulate your outstanding academic accomplishments and wish you the very best. This wraps up today's induction ceremony, and I thank you all for making this event a great success. Stay safe, everybody.
And before we all leave, David Hahn is going to do a screenshot of all of the participants. So David, just tell us when to say cheese or smile.
Yep. So what I will do is we have 3 screens of participants. So we're going to be taking 3 different group portraits. And I'll give you a countdown. So let me set up the screenshot tool. And so I don't know if everyone's screen is the same. So I'm working right now with the screen with Stephanie Gonzalez in the upper left. 3, 2, 1. All right. 1 second, and I will save that picture and then move on to the next one. 1 second. Actually, I need to take that one again, so I'm sorry again.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All right, 1 second. All right. And we'll move on to the next screen. And 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you. And finally, the last screen. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
And again, I hope everybody is safe. Stay safe. We will get through this together as a community. God bless you all.
Good
night, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.